As I got older and I got into high school, there was just this void, there was something missing. Looking back, it was just constantly seeking the approval of everyone else around me. I got introduced to drugs and alcohol, around 15, 16 years old, and started dabbling and drinking. Once I found that was kind of like, whoa, like this is what I've been looking for. And I just felt like I could be whoever I wanted to be, and all those fears and that self-esteem just melted away. I ended up going off to college, and because I wanted to go experience the party life. And once I graduated and I moved home, I realized that drinking really started taking off for me. At that point, it was, around in my early 20s that I was addicted to alcohol. Both of my parents were alcoholics as well, and so there was a ton of dysfunction in my home. Things just progressively got worse. Then drugs came into the picture, and it really didn't matter what the drug was. I just didn't know how to cope and live and feel and work through emotions, and so I just relied 100% on drugs and alcohol to get me through things. And that's when things really started to get scary. And I remember I was in this motel room and I had been using drugs and alcohol all day, 24/7 for weeks. And I remember laying in the bed, and it was middle of the night. And I remember laying there thinking to myself, I'm gonna die here. I remember just crying out to God, and I remember just crying and just feeling such shame and guilt. Just apologize for taking this life that he had given me and throwing it away. And I just remember saying to him, if you can get me out of this one more time, just one more time, I'll serve you the rest of my life. A couple days later, I got out of there, and some family members intervened. I went to a detox center. My uncle reached out to me while I was in there, and he had told me about a program in Michigan. He said it's a Christian program. It's a 1-year-long program. And that's really all he told me about it. He said, I just want you to pray on it. And I knew that Jesus was the only one that was gonna set me free. I had tried everything, and I knew that if I didn't come out here and go to this program, I was gonna die in that sin. That was on a Saturday, and it was Monday morning. I was on a plane out here, and I ended up going to West Michigan Adult and Teen Challenge. It was tough. 1 year long. It was a really intense program. It's 24/7 Jesus, and it was really intimidating. And I remember in the first 3 days, I tried to leave. I begged and I pleaded with family to let me leave. I did everything that I always did, the manipulation. Things are gonna be different this time. The next morning, I got a call from my dad, and he's just like, you can't come home. You gotta finish this thing out. That was during prayer time at Teen Challenge when I got that phone call. I remember I just went back into the room, and I just laid on my face, and I just started bawling. And I just cried out to God, and I was like, okay, if this is what you want me to do, then I'm gonna do it. And that was the first time in my life that I wasn't able to manipulate, and my family stood their ground and said no, enough's enough. And that's what I needed. And so I'd like to say things got easier from there. They weren't. God started doing an amazing work in me from that moment on, and things got hard. And I remember I had gone to Teen Challenge in a relationship. The plan was, I'm gonna finish this program, our relationship's gonna be great, I'm gonna move back, I'm gonna marry this woman. 7-8 months into the program, and I got a phone call from my uncle, and he was coming up to see me. He had told me that my girlfriend at the time was pregnant with someone else's child, and that just rocked my world, and it just sent me in a downward spiral. And it was in that moment that I experienced the peace of God like I've never experienced in my life. And I felt God speak directly to my heart that he had brought this to light for a reason, and that it was time for me to let go of that, and that he had a new life for me here in Michigan. I graduated from Teen Challenge in September of 2019, and I started coming to City Church. These past 3 years have been amazing. I met my wife. I've been married now for almost 2 years. Just had my first child. She's 11 months, and we got another one on the way, and started a new career in real estate, and those things are all great, but the heart change that has taken place from just completely giving myself to Christ and just serving him, it's just an incredible thing. And there's nothing that brings me more joy than sharing the love of Christ with others and helping people understand that there is freedom from this stuff. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, or whatever you're bound to, there's freedom from that. And I walk today as a free man. You know, I don't wake up needing a drink or a drug to get through the day. Like, I need Jesus. I'm so thankful today for the freedom that he's given me, and I just, with all my heart, just want to share that with other people. My name is Jamie Rogers, and this is my story.